I have fulfilled Blade's wish. The temple is within his grasp, but the city has sown my last act of defiance within its delivery. I have given Blade what he most desires as a weapon formed against him. My only hope is that what has been granted destroys Blade, and it has likely destroyed me. Quote, Black Panther. Previously, the dark force dimension has erupted and created an eternal night, allowing vampires everywhere to launch a brutal attack against humanity. Blade leads the vampires and has turned Black Panther into a vampire as well, sending him to Wakanda in search of a temple that is key to his plans. Unbeknownst to T'Challa, Blade is possessed by Varnae, the first vampire. The Panther goddess Bast remembers how the gods encountered Varnae eons ago and failed to stop him. To avoid repeating their mistakes, Bast has enlisted the aid of the river goddess Anukat, who brought T'Challa to the temple gates where he was confronted by angry Atlanteans. Note, this issue takes place before the events of Blood Hunt number 3. Blood Hunt, Black Panther, Volume 1, Issue 3. In the Indian Ocean by the Atlantean temple ruins, Black Panther is greeted by Atlanteans who say, "You should not have come here, Wakandan." The Atlanteans move to attack, but Black Panther calmly catches a spear and says, "I'm not here as an act of aggression, Atlantean." The Atlantean general finds Black Panther's statement amusing, saying his mere presence in these waters is an insult. Black Panther responds, "I've only come to reclaim that which once sat upon Wakandan soil, a temple of no use to your people, ancient ruins." The Atlantean general retorts, "Ruins or not, do you expect me to believe your people once possessed Atlantean stone?" Black Panther replies, "As much as I believe your people crafted the vibranium gateway before it." The general says, "Then we are at an impasse, land dweller, for what the god have returned to these waters will never be relinquished." Black Panther requests to speak with Namor the king. The general responds, "I do not need to seek Namor's counsel because you hold no power here. I speak to you as an equal." The Atlantean grabs Black Panther's shoulders and T'Challa says, "Believing me your equal was your first mistake. Pray it is not your last," as he sends electricity through the Atlantean general. Black Panther thinks to himself, "I move on instinct. An electrical pulse surges within me, a lingering fragment of power gifted by the river goddess Anuket. I follow by conjuring an elemental volley with ease. It's a surprise that triggers a brief remembrance of the taste of Anuket's blood. I long for more of it, and perhaps more of Anuket as well. But affairs of the heart are no concern to one with a heart that does not beat. As long as I remain a scone of Blade, my will is not completely my own. My mission remains paramount. The temple calls to me." Black Panther uses his power gifted by Anuket to subdue all the Atlantean soldiers. Back at the Wakandan Nature Preserve, Anuket returns and tells Bast, "It done, Bast." Finishing her project as if Varnae's temple has been destroyed, but Anuket does not know. Bast demands to know where T'Challa is, and Anuket replies, "At the Atlantean ruins, exactly where I promised to guide him." Bast questions, "You didn't stay to aid him in the quest or ensure that the demon's hold upon him has been severed." Anuket replies, "That was never agreed upon, and I should think the gift of my blood would suffice. How much should I be expected to sacrifice? This land, after all, is of no concern to me. T'Challa is your champion, not mine." Anuket continues, "Though perhaps upon his return I can convince him to seek out uncharted waters." Eons ago, in the distant past, the gods battled Varnae. We are in the middle of a fight between Cuckoo, the ever-burning, and Varnae. Varnae says, "You have destroyed my gate, robbed me of my godhood. I will obliterate every temple that bears your mark." Cuckoo, the ever-burning replies, "You believe godhood was within your grasp? You are as stupid as you are arrogant, little demon. You are a descarnation, living rot, a heart that does not beat, lungs that draw no breath, and you dare call yourself a god? Varnae, you are barely alive." Cuckoo, the ever-burning, hits Varnae with a flame blast, leaving him on the ground burning. Cuckoo, the ever-burning says, "Do you wish to see the might of a true god? A power everlasting, a power to burn everything you ever wrought to ash. As fire engulfs a temple and the land of Wakanda, everything burns, and Varnae cowers." Cuckoo, the ever-burning, is unleashing his full power, destroying the other vampires. However, this causes concern among the other gods, Khonshu, Bast, Ishu, Ptah the Sharper, the ape god, Jakri, and Aja-Adanna. Bast says Cuckoo, cease this foolishness, but Cuckoo, beyond reasoning, continues to burn the land and everything on it. Eshu proclaims he has the power to stop the ever-burning. He grabs Varnae with one tentacle and hits Cuckoo with another. I have seen enough, Eshu declares. I have borne witness to your fighting and your failings. Judgment is now at hand. He quickly stops everyone in their tracks. Eshu towers over the other gods, his presence imposing, and undeniably he declares himself the most powerful among them, feeling that the others have been found lacking. The Wakandan lands lie scorched, with Varnae cast aside as Eshu stands dominant over the other god. Back in the present time at the Atlantean temple ruins, as Black Panther thinks to himself, if a man who knows no fear is foolish, then I am wise far beyond my years and experience. As I move deeper within the temple, I am seized by horror I cannot explain, an anxiety that feels primordial, but I am not held captive by it, for I know that fear is often the key to one's liberation. I wear this terror, eldritch and epigenetic, as armor, during so gives it purpose and prepares me for whatever danger lies ahead on my path. An auspicious decision, as the Atlantean vampires are held in chains. One of the Atlantean vampires says, "Hello, brother. Have you come to deliver us?" The Atlantean vampire continues, "Or have you come to serve as our sacrifice? You are flush with blood, yet our feats go so long denied." As soon as the Atlantean vampire attacks, Black Panther quickly deals with them all, throwing, kicking, ending the fight. Black Panther further thinks to himself whether his newfound strength derives from Anuket's blood or Blade's vampiric curse. He is uncertain. He is unaware that the death is the most merciful gift for Varnae's sullied captives, and I cannot help but blanch at the brutality of its delivery. Still I know, Black Panther thinks to himself, that I would desire a swift demise in return. Black Panther continues to think, and so I hastily grant what I myself would request, finding some semblance of peace in the eternal darkness. Black Panther continues to annihilate all the Atlantean vampires, giving them a quick death. Back in the Wakanda eons ago, Bast is furious with Cuckoo for burning the lands. Eshu renders a punishment to Cuckoo, the ever-burning, binding him to the land. Bast says this is a fitting punishment, but who gives you the right, Eshu? You are not of the Inad. Eshu ignores Bast and gives the verdicts to each of the gods. Khonshu is declared free as he has served mankind. Bast is still protesting demands. Who gives you this judgment? Eshu then moves to Ptah, passing the judgment that he is also free to walk. Eshu leaves, but the destiny of the land will be decided by the Orsha and the Inuad together. Bast immediately goes after Cuckoo, furious that her promise will not be kept as the scorched and barren Wakanda lays before them. Always the voice of reason, the ape god Jerkri begs Bast, please Bast, wants to beat the ever-burning for what he did. Then Khonshu says, it will solve nothing. None of you possess the power needed to restore this land, but you are not without a family. Ra's light provides to all. Only water do you lack. To restore this land, they need Anuket, as a bond must be made between Anuket and Bast to fix the land of Wakanda. At the Atlantean temple ruins, Black Panther swims up to the temple of blasphemy. He thinks to himself, in many languages, those of earth and those far beyond, yet the markings are ancient symbols of a tongue I cannot decipher. Judging from their locations, I do not believe they were made by man or for him. Just then, blood emerges from Black Panther's fingers, igniting the temple. The temple of blasphemy speaks. Hello, child, you have found us. Would you like to come to the other side? Black Panther firmly replies, no, I would not. As black mist surrounds him, the temple responds, very well, perhaps you will feel differently. The temple does not heed Black Panther's words as the black mist tries to suck him in. Black Panther quickly communicates to the impossible city. Triangulate on my coordinates. Teleport everything within this structure but me to the Onassis Reserve in Central Park. Now, Black Panther thinks to himself, in my haste to act, I realize whose shall prove to be the strongest, Blade's, Bast, or my own. I use the impossible city, sending a satellite that once pledged itself to the Avengers to do the bidding of a monster. The city acquiesces to the profane corruption. The temple of blasphemy is being teleported to Central Park. This is what Blade was looking for. Black Panther thinks to himself, I have fulfilled Blade's wish. The temple is within his grasp, but the city has shown my last act of defiance within its delivery. I have given Blade what he most desires, a weapon formed against him. My only hope is that what has been granted destroys Blade, as it has likely destroyed me. The impossible city has successfully teleported the Temple of Blasphemy, posing a threat not only to the Earth, but to the universes beyond, as Blade is being controlled by Varnae. Black Panther did not teleport with the Temple of Blasphemy. He is greeted by Bass Anuket. Anuket, frustrated, says, 3 times I have done your bidding, Bass, and still received no thanks. I am grateful, Anuket. Anuket replies, we will see how much when the spoils are to be divided. Bass asserts, there will be no spoils as long as Varnae's temple remains, but I thank you for giving my champion the chance to fight again. Black Panther asks, am I dead? Anuket answers, no. Osiris is not nearly as beautiful nor as careless with hearts. Bass says, you are here in the land where you belong, T'Challa, Wakanda. There is still much work to be done, both here and afar, but for now, welcome back, my champion. Welcome home. The Black Panther is given the heart-shaped herb which helps curb his vampire cravings and prevents him from being controlled by Varnae. This series of Blood Hunt, Black Panther follows Blood Hunt Volume 1, Issue 3.